was your biggest aha moment? If you do me a favor and write that down in the comment section. Good evening, everybody. This is Candy Zenon, once again, author and life coach. And I'm just coming on here this evening to talk about looking back on the previous year. I think it's important to look back because a lot has happened. We have invested our time into the entire year. We've created memories. We had some great accomplishments. We had some great losses. We improved in some areas. In some areas, we identified we needed to improve. Some people have came into our life. Some people have left our life. We had some great experiences. Maybe we seen some things, natural and unnatural. Maybe we seen some things that were supernatural. Maybe we had a great aha moment. And I just wanted to know if you have taken the time to savor those moments. Did you take a time to memorialize what needed to be memorialized? Whether it was a loss of a friendship, maybe it was a loss of a relationship, maybe it was a loss of a loved one, maybe it was a loss of a job or career that you thought you were going to have forever. And now you are waking up to not only a new year, but a new normal. And you keep just saying, I just want to get back to the way things were. Well, maybe the season has shifted and this is the way things are. So now you have to identify, how do you live in this new normal? What habits you need to create in order for this new normal to be palatable, for you to not only exist but for you to thrive. For what we do know, time will go on. Time will go on whether we participate or not. Time goes on without us. And sometimes in situations we get paralyzed, we get stuck, we get into this rut, and the rut become a groove, and that groove become a grave, and before we know it, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years then pass. So I have 8 questions for maybe you to propose to yourself in order to help you reflect upon a year that has passed. Number 1, where did you succeed? Oftentimes we're so busy in the fight, just trying to thrive, just trying to survive, that we don't even take the time to see where we did actually succeed. We did actually have the hard conversation. We did actually create boundaries. We did actually do that thing that we always desired to do, or go to that place that we always desire to travel to. We did actually meet that person that we wanted to meet. We did actually finish that project that we wanted to finish. So I want you to identify, where did you succeed, and write that down. Number 2, what did you enjoy most? What happened this year that you created a memory or an experience or an event? Something occurred that you enjoyed most. Maybe it was a time of peace. Maybe you finally allotted time in your schedule to have some me time. Maybe you actually did go sit by that tree in your favorite spot to read your book. Maybe you did finally light that candle that you bought on sale but never had a chance to enjoy. Maybe you did open up the good dishes and eat off them and created this great meal that you recreated from TikTok video. What was it that you enjoyed most? Was it the time spending with loved ones? Was it the time that you all created a memory together, that you went somewhere or you dressed up or you what was it that you celebrated that you enjoyed most? And write that down and just reflect upon that. Smile. And sometimes let that be your go to memory. But maybe those same things or people or events, or maybe it's just not coming together like it did in a previous year. Just reflect upon that good memory and allow that to help you smile and just give you hope that, hey, if it happened once, it could happen again. I love that. Number three, where did you fail? Failing is just a learning experience because you did the best with the information that you had available to you. And when you got more information, you added that to your knowledge and you did better. So don't think that the denial was the final, that the failure was the end all be all, that it could never happen or it could never come to pass or it could never come to full fruition. Just know that that was just a moment in your life to learn what you didn't really know. And then once you know better, you do better. So, where did you fail? And just reflect upon that. What regrets do you have? That's question number 4. What regrets do you have? Do you regret not taking that invite? Do you regret not going to that specific special place, that anniversary party or that wedding or that class reunion or that family reunion? Or do you regret not giving that person your phone number? Do you regret not taking that date? Did you regret not taking that job? Did you regret not relocating when you had that big opportunity? What was the regret that you have? And reflect upon that. What were your reasons for not doing that thing that caused the regret? Would you have done something differently? Or what was the one thing that you needed to change that situation? Say, for instance, if you met a guy and he wanted to marry you, but the only condition was he wants you to move to Chicago. What was the one thing in that proposal that could have been changed in your mind, or that one question that you could have asked to made you maybe think differently about the situation? And just write that down. Um, I truly believe that once we have one situation that we maybe didn't get right the first go around, that person or that place or that job or that thing may not come to us again, or it might. Now you'll be prepared. You'll be armed with your questions. You'll be armed with situations. You'll be armed with the if then scenario. So now you look at it with new, fresh pair of eyes. And those eyes, those lenses are called experience. So now you're prepared. So when you're approached with that situation or that question or that event or that invite, again, you are armed to make an assured decision. And never let regrets hold you, because the most heaviest weight for us to carry is the weight of regret. So give yourself the gift of forgiveness and just allow yourself to get off the hook, because you made the best decision you knew to make at that time. with the information that you had at that time, with the feelings that you had at that time. And so you did the best with what you had. And that's okay. And that's okay. Number 5, what lessons did you learn this year? What was your biggest aha moment? If you do me a favor and write that down in the comment section. I used to do these workshops and it was face to face. And oftentimes when I was teaching on the subject and the person would come in and sometimes they'll have confusion, that wrinkled brow right here, like, oh, I don't know if I could get through that, or I don't know if I could forgive, I don't know. And then and that little wrinkle spot be right there. And then that one moment when revelation wash across their face, when they realize how they can overcome that obstacle. I live for that moment. I love that moment. I miss face to face workshops just for that moment right there. So if you do me a favor and you can write down what lessons did you learn this year in the comment section, I would greatly appreciate that. That would give me my moment as well, right? So, number 6, what will you do differently? What will you do differently this year? This year, will you allow more time for sleep? Will you work a little harder? Will you work a little consistently? Will you work a little more frequently? Will you work less? Will you spend more time with family? Will you make a new friend? Will you do that one thing that you always desired to do but never gave yourself permission to do it? What would you do differently this year? When we have the gift of time and also the gift of the ruach, the breath of God, that inhale and an exhale, the breath in our lungs. Everybody don't get to wake up the next day. And that's just the cycle of life. We all have a beginning, a middle, and an end. But the thing is, the trick is, we don't know when that end date is. We all headed to the same destination. We just don't know our date of arrival. So, what we do have, if we are given each day that breath of time, that is your moment. That is your moment to do that thing differently, whatever that thing is. If you want to do something in a social realm, in a financial realm, in a physical realm, in a family realm, what is the thing that you want to do differently career wise? Maybe you want to break some patterns or break some routines or break some habits. What would you do differently? Are you approaching your health goals differently? Are you approaching your love goals differently? Are you approaching your financial goals differently? What is it, that thing? And I invite you to write that down as number 6. What will you do differently? Number 7, what is the status of your current goals? As you look back at 2022 and compared to 2021, were there some things that you accomplished? And applaud yourself. Hey, you did that. Go girl, go boy. What? You did that. I love Snoop Dogg did an acceptance speech for one of his awards. And he thanked some people that helped him accomplish some things, but he also took the time to thank himself. And at the beginning, people started laughing because we're taught it's uncouth to congratulate ourselves. And we're taught it's uncouth to highlight what we've done. We're being braggadocious or conceited or vain. No. When you diligently, consistently, wholeheartedly invested your time, your money, your work ethic, your sweat, your blood, and dare I say, tears. you bet your bottom dollar you better congratulate yourself, because that was you, all you. And yes, we do say the strength through Christ, we are able to work wholeheartedly, but faith without work is dead. So you better congratulate you. And number 8, what do you need to do more of? Ooh. Okay, you have to get real with yourself right there. Because in every testimony, we leave out about 2, 3 sentences, right? Because we probably shared just enough with the people outside. Because we could trick the people for a little bit, right? By leaving out 2, 3 sentences. But in your heart of hearts what those 2, 3 sentences are that you're not doing, that's not really getting you to that goal or that thing that you so desire. So I would say, what do you need to do more of? And be truthful, be real, be raw, be honest, but also be careful. Be kind to yourself. Don't be harsh. No name calling involved. You're not no adjectives, and I'm not going to name them. We talk real, real, real hard to ourselves when we miss the mark that we set for ourselves. There's no need for name calling. I just want you to be real with yourself. What do you really need to do in order to accomplish and achieve the goals that you so desire? To live the life that you desire, what you call thriving, not in comparison to nobody else. Just remember, those default habits may prevent you from accomplishing that meaningful life, as I said in the beginning, that you desire. So be careful with those default habits. There's no such thing as getting rid of a habit or breaking a habit. You could only exchange an old habit for a new one. And you have to do it 21 days in order for it to become embedded in you. And after you do it for 90 days, it become a default habit called a lifestyle change. So just kind of remember that and say, hey, I've been doing this for so long, but I desire to do this. And the one thing I need to change in order to come from here to there, and write that one thing down and do that one thing for 90 days. And now our brain, scientifically, our brain actually changes. And it's all about the myelin sheath. It's covered and connected to the axiom, and the axiom connects to the new habit, and now we run on autopilot. So just remember that. Just be kind to yourself as you reflect on your memories. I hope it helps you smile. I know some tears would come, and may God comfort your heart. But I hope that there are more tears of joy than tears of sadness. As you reflect, remember to love yourself, love others, and remember God always loves you. And that's all I wanted to share with you this evening. And please share your aha moments in the comments. Like and share this video. And I want to also invite you to our virtual vision board party that we're having via Zoom this Saturday, January the 7th, 6 p.m. Click on the link at the bottom and let us know that you'll be joining. Once again, this is Candy Zenon, author and life coach, and I'm hopefully helping you love through it, learn from it, and live after it. Enjoy your evening.